getting it together. Well, I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to get it together. I don't know if I am getting it together. You tell me. I've had a few technical hiccups. Oh, I have a technical hiccup. What is that technical hiccup? That's what I say. What's going on here? I want... Oh, you see? This is what happens when you don't do things properly. Oh, hey. Welcome. Welcome to OMG Reviews. It is Sunday, the 22nd of March, 2020. 3 months in, and already everybody is wishing it was 2019. And last year, you know, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the year to end. Well, we are here in 2020. Anyway, let me tell you all the good stuff that has been happening since I had the weekend. So, you know, yesterday I had a fantastic day. I stayed in bed. I actually was in bed till like 5 o'clock, and then I realized, you nasty, you didn't bathe. I had to jump, run, and go in that shower. Woo! Isn't it a blessing to have a shower? And so afterwards, I was refreshed and invigorated. I went downstairs, had something to eat, and then I came back up and I watched, let me get it right, The Avengers, the first one. I had a good Sunday. I relaxed, you know, I watched worship services, everything, you know, I was receiving the word of the Lord, and I was just jamming in my bed. So that's the first, like, Saturday I've had that rest. So I'm actually really appreciative. So that was good. And then today I got up. I said, yes, the sun was shining. It's the beginning of spring. Our world is wonderful. Well, of course, if you don't include coronavirus and COVID-19, but it was amazing. Outside was beautiful. I had a really good walk. I didn't die this time like last week, so my body must be like, oh, she's serious about this. And then, you know, when you feel good about something, you're like, yes. I mean, I walked nearly 3 miles today. I was like, yeah, I'm a boss. And then I came home, and you know, you kind of feel like, let me just go on the scales. You know, I'm just going to weigh myself, because I walked last week, and then I did some walking today. I mean, I must have lost 2 pounds. My feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt because I gained 3. I said, Lord, it's a state of emergency. If I'm going to get my steam, fish, and okra body, this can't work. So I am on a state of emergency. I'm on a mission, yeah. When I leave this, what is it, self-isolation period, I'm not to be coming out rolling. I'm to be coming out, bam. This is me. You see? Corona did not get me. So yeah, we're going to be working on that. So these are some of the things that we're going to be working on together. We are not going to swell up like bullfrogs. We're not going to do that. We are going to work out together, y'all. And we are going to become fat, fabulous, and thick. That's another segment. So, for all of you who are tuning in, I want to welcome you to OMG Reviews with your host, Animus Thing, who, as you know, is Blossom. That's enough of that plug. So, we got lots to talk about today. Over the weekend, just talking to different people, it was really informative, and, you know, it was quite surprising to hear how people are so anxious about what is happening to us right now. I mean, this is not the norm. Nobody in our world's history, I don't think that there has been anything like this before, where we've had to be on lock. We've had World War One, we've had World War Two, but it hasn't impacted every country. I think it's more been where it's been in segments, you know. So this is quite new for everybody. I mean, for our generation, you know, Generation X, Y, and Z, this is like, what are you talking about? You know, and definitely for the poor millennials, they're like, this is out of a movie. You know, also I noticed so many people are making money actually right now. They've brought out Contagion again. They've brought out World War Z. You know, all these kind of movies where like it's germ warfare or stuff like this. And that kind of leads me to be thinking, this is not per play. This is for real. This, I remember about 10 years ago, and I don't know if any of you have, and I want to find that. Bill Gates was talking about our population reaching how many billions, and how we gonna stop that flow, and we need a population car. Okay. And then 5 years ago, he went on to, I don't want to misquote the man, because, you know, he got money to sue, and I'm not in his league yet, so I got to do things properly. Oh Lord, where it gone? He did a podcast on germ warfare, and let me see which one it is. That the outbreak that we're not ready for. That's it. So it's the next outbreak we're not ready, and he did that in 2015. So let me show you this, so you can go and have a look at this. See this here? Yoo-hoo. No, not really. But if you go onto TED Talks, it's called The Next Outbreak We're Not Ready. I am telling you, it will blow your mind. And you'd be like, so hold on, Bill, you've been planning this thing. You know, and he's like, oh, we're not prepared, you know, blah, 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 whatever. He prepared. He got how much money? He must be in his little bubble right now. You think he's stupid? You never hear that he just resigned the other day? You're resigning from Microsoft. Really? You knew about this. It was coming. And I know people say, oh, you shouldn't be with this conspiracy theory. Yes, I am. Because these governments are liars. I believe that this is a population call. They are so upset that they've been ruining the atmosphere, the ozone layer. We got Greta Thunberg going all over the place. Where is she getting educated? I keep wondering about that. Right? That they're like, let's shift this. So we're going to have some germ warfare. We're going to kill off everybody. We're going to kill off all the people them that ain't really bringing us no money. So all those pensioners, if you notice, people over 70, they keeling over. Then now we've got the ones that are vulnerable. So that's like, that's pensions and stuff. We could cut out about 20% there. That's money back. Then all the people that have underlying health conditions that really, if your backside is disabled, you are drain on the economy. You got to go. So that's another like 10% there. Hello, that's 30% of their money back. This is a plan. And remember, it started in one of the most populated places in the world, in China. Hello. They lost what, 3,000 people? That's less people eating. That's going to help out a lot. That's more rice for somebody. So I really do feel that there's something behind this. You know, you can't tell me as Western world governments that you have allowed this germ to come and take over the country. There's something about that. So that's my thoughts anyway. So let's get back to some of the stuff we've been talking about this week. So people have been really anxious. They're distressed. Don't watch the news. If the news is making you miserable, don't put it on. If you're in the UK and you don't pay your television license, you shouldn't be watching the news anyway. You better go and find a newspaper. But if not, don't watch it. The reality is, if something is negative and it's going to take away your joy, omit it from your life. Do not watch it. You're fully aware that there's coronavirus. You know what? At the moment, it's not going to change for now. Self-isolate. Don't keep watching the news every day. If you keep hearing that someone's dying, it's going to make you feel some kind of way. Stop watching the news. Okay. So every day there's like a corona virus update, you know, COVID-19. You know, the UK, we've had how many deaths again today? America's had this many deaths. You know, China's one is kind of easing down. Yay, hey to China. They might be telling you, see, you wanted to, you would have been better all right with the bats. But it's like, you know, just don't put yourself in that position if you don't feel comfortable. Okay? If you don't feel comfortable, if you're not happy, don't watch the news. That's just my tip to you. So then we have all these travel bans all around the world. I mean, really? Who wants to travel anyway? You leave London to go to New York. Why? To get their germs? Coronavirus is different. It's the same thing. Keep your ass in your own pace. It's not an issue. And then you've got, oh, bring all of the American citizens home. Why? So they can bring more germs. No, leave your asses where you is. Stay there. Don't come here. Stay where you are. You should have thought about that before you went out there, and now you got stuff to bring home. This is the reason why it spread. This is the reason why it's gone across countries. People traveling and bringing the germ to each other. Just chill. Just take your time and stay home. And I know it sounds crazy, but you will not die if you stay in for at least 2 weeks. 30 days would be even better, but 2 weeks, it will really bring this disease down, because I truly believe it's airborne. Okay? Because I didn't touch you. So how are you giving me the germs? You had to breathe it. It has to be, it's microbes. It's really tiny. So that's another reason another way how it's spreading. So come on, guys, let's start to be sensible. I want to actually say I'm bigging up Idris Elba. Okay, he went on Friday and talked about how the disease is impacting him, why he went and got himself tested. And there was some foolish human that went on there and said, oh, this is the worst acting ever. He should have got a script. Shut up. I hate foolish and ignorant people. This man is actually being upfront with us, sharing with us what is going on with him. He doesn't have to. He's a celebrity. He could have kept his business quiet. At the end of the day, he's sharing so we can be aware. He didn't know he had it. He just knew he had an encounter with someone who did. And on that encounter, he decided to go and get himself tested. In going and getting himself tested, he's found out he has the coronavirus. He still said he doesn't have symptoms or anything like that. So that goes to show you how how contagious it is. Prime example, Drake knew he was with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, sadly, has tested positive and has coronavirus. What has Drake done? He got tested, but praise God for him, his test come back negative. So he's laughing. And I'm telling you now, he on lockdown. Now he don't want no one to be socializing with him. Because he's like, if I just dodge that bullet, I don't want it. And that's also the case. Yes, there are some of you that will be able to just carry it. Those asymptomatic people that you just the germ carrier. But for people like myself and other vulnerable people, no, you're going to give us stuff. Keep your distance. Thank you. We don't want you. So that's just how it is. Now, a big factor into this is self-isolating. So I got this stuff, so I'm going to show this stuff to you. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I'm still learning this technological thing, but can you see this stuff? It says, hello. Hello. If you are self-isolating, I can help. Can you see that? Let me try and bring that visually so you can see that. Can you see that? And it says, my name is, I live locally at, I personally wouldn't put the I live locally at part. Then it says, my phone number is, and if you are self-isolating due to COVID-19, I can help with picking up shopping, posting mail, a friendly phone call, urgent supplies. Just call or text me and I'll do my best to help you for free. Amen. Coronavirus is contagious. Please take every precaution to ensure you are spreading only kindness. Avoid physical contact to minimum 2 meters distance. Wash your hands regularly. Items will be left on your doorstep. Viral kindness. I think this rocks. So anyone who wants one of these, hit me up. I'll send it to you, or you can get it online. BBC also has them. I think it's really positive on how we can support our people out there. There's many people, whether it's elderly, people that don't have cars that can just go and zoop to the shop. You don't want people on, public transport. I was looking again at the news and I was like freaking out. The people were on the train and they were on the bus, and I was like, Lord, this is germs, this is breathing. I'm just like, no, I'm not a snob, but I do not do TFL. It's not good for me. I need to be in my car in my own little bubble. It's not personal. That's just me. So let's be sensible out there. And if we can help somebody and be wise, you're not going to put yourself in jeopardy to be exposing yourself. But it's good to look out for each other in this time. Then you have, what else have we got? Oop. Oh gosh, I got a little bit of chest pain. Mental health and well-being at this time. There are many people that they are concerned about because it's not the norm to be locked up in your yard. Now, I have realized I might be a little bit odd because I like my house. And I like it with me in it. Hello. If you gonna come in here, I need you to have some sensible company. You need to bust 2 jokes, just be relaxed, to be comfortable. But I don't want no drama, no noise, and no carrying on. So yes, I love my family. But you stay in your house and I stay in mine. Jeez. Anyway, so, but in this time, our young people are one of the most anxious categories. They're saying the age group from 11 to 25 are freaking out a lot about this because they've never experienced this in their lifetime. They haven't even lived enough to build a little hope and faith and think that there's something past this. So all the dreams and visions they have. I mean, could you imagine? You are going to high school, you're about to graduate. They just said graduation is cancelled. Graduation is cancelled. Huh? You mean I don't do prom? I don't hook up with my bros and say how great I am and pretend that my GPA is 4.0? That's a problem. Then you've got other kids that, you know, they want to go into the next stage. I mean, oh, no exams. So how are you going to ascertain that I'm great? Well, we're just going to go by your previous work. Huh? I was trying to build up and I was going to give the finale in my exam. No, you messing up my flow. I was that person. I was not into this coursework business. That's long. Give me the exam. Let me do the exam. Thank you very much. Done. Give me my grade. So I can see that will create stress for any young person. And then you still got the ones in elementary and primary school. They're used to going to school every day, play, you know, learning, of course, but meeting with their friends. They need to be socially interactive. At the end of the day, this is hard for them. So please, let's all realize, some of us adults, it's tough for us, but it's even tougher for them. You know, so, you know, please, let's start thinking about each other's well-being. You know, there's a few things that I wanted to share with you and just put out there. I've got some great articles, so anyone who's interested of schoolwork and sites like Khan Academy and all this stuff, one of the main things I am telling parents to make sure that you have with your kids, especially at this time, is a schedule, a routine. It is not normal. It is not normal to be locked up in your yard. It's not normal. So, here we go. So talk to me about this. How are you feeling right now at home with your children? Better still, I want to help you again. I did this the other day. I just kind of highlighted to some of the moms here in the UK and they didn't believe me. You're going to be at home with your child for April, May, June, July, August. And then they'll go back to school in September. That's 5 months of children home with you and loving you up. You're going to lose your mind. And that's the reality. You're going to lose your mind because it's not normal. It is not standard. Okay? Now, I got somebody trying to talk to me. What are you trying to talk to me and say? What is it? What are you trying to request to be in there for? Let me see if I can do this. You know I don't know how to do this. Don't ask me anything. Let me see. Okay. So, I don't know if that worked. Who knows? But what's happening is that I'm going to give you some tips. So you caught me with my bonnet on. I'm not even going to take my bonnet off. Okay. No talking from you. I love you. I'm talking live. So you just watch me. I just sent Shari a message saying, hey, I'm trying to interact with her and she's not answering. I'm watching my karate movies. Okay. Well, I'm going to interact with you after. Goodbye. Hold on. Right? So I got some tips to share here. So, oh, my mom said she'd like to see me, but she doesn't have a Facebook account. You see, this is what I'm talking about. These These senior citizens, they're not clued up. They have no clue what is going on. And so my mom wants to see, and she can't get on Facebook. That's not a bad thing, because I'm really trying not to say anything rude. So praise the Lord for that. But anyway, so it's a crazy time for you parents. So here's some of the stuff. Begin on the same page. I know that sounds silly. Have a family meeting. Talk to your kids. Be truthful. Tell them what is going on. Age appropriate information. You do not have to tell them everything and be like, oh Lord, oh my God, we're gonna die, it's the last days. No, don't do that. Just let them know appropriately, this is what's happening right now. Unfortunately, you know, it's a virus. It's the flu times 10 sort of thing. Just be upfront, but age appropriate information. It's also a good thing for you to keep a sense of perspective. And, you know, just giving them advice that is credible, that will let them know that they're to be aware, but they're not going to be scared. Set up a structure. I cannot state this enough. Now, I'm not saying to you, have them up from 7 in the morning and then, you know, regiment. Now we're going to do this. No, let's be sensible. We're at home. They need to be up by 8 o'clock. They're not bats. They need to be up by 8 o'clock. Give them breakfast, everything, and start their actual academic day by 10. Now, one of the things I would suggest is actually taking them out early in the morning, because kids need to go out. You cannot keep your children at home. It is not going to work. You have to take them out. So you have to kind of gauge when there's going to be less traffic and people outside, so that it safeguards you and your family. If you have a backyard or a garden, great. Take them outside. If your garden's... Yes, you can.
What is, like here in the US, our kids are going to be working through Zoom. I don't know if you guys...
Yep, they're doing Zoom. Some schools are doing Zoom, or they have their own school platform. Yep. What is it?
Okay. And so they'll keep the exact same schedule
Uh-huh.
as they would as if they were in a school. So
Okay.
the first class is starting at 8 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
So how are you guys handling like the PE and the gym sessions? Are the parents...
Right.
How are y'all doing that?
Okay, so this is one of the suggestions. We've got PE teachers, amazing people that are actually online. And what you can do is you can go in the daytime and tap into their classes. So I can send you guys that. They're actually online doing PE live. They know the different age groups. They've got seniors. They've got whatever things that they can do in the house. So that's really cool. Another thing I was going to say, if you want to take the PE lesson on, something to do with your children, and something that, you know, my daughter's been doing, is you can do child yoga, or you can do child dance. Crazily enough, that TikTok thing that I'm still figuring out, there's so many people doing these kind of funky little dances, but it's interacting with the kids and stuff, you know, so that they feel involved. But this is something that you need to incorporate at least the minimum 3 times a week. Because, you know, if they were at school, they'd have like PE 3 times a week minimum. Do you see what I mean? Depending on the age group. So you have to try and incorporate that. The structure is really important. So if your school has given you a program, fantastic way, you know, your school is on point and they're amazing. But if your school's just said, here's the work, which some people's schools have, then you have to lay down the structure. And there's loads of websites and stuff that I can give you that are helping with the different areas, you know, like BBC Bite Size and Khan Academy, and there's Twinkle. There's so many. I mean, I have all the names here and all the sites, so just hit me up if you want them. But it's a matter of, that will allow you to have your day. So you have your morning, you have your break, you have lunch, you have the afternoon, and finish by 3. Do not torture your kids. Finish by 3. Finish by 3 o'clock. If you've...
You don't have them torture me.
Yeah, well, but the difference is, if you set a schedule where when you do the homeschooling, there's certain things that they can work self-sufficiently with, that will be the time when you work from home, if that makes sense. So, you know, if you're setting the schedule and you have to do emails and stuff, that you could maybe do emails and still have them talking, that's fine. If you have a time where you have to do phone calls and stuff where you need them to be quiet, that's where you get them on self-engagement. And you say to them, look, right now you're working, you know, when you're in class, you're not doing all this talking. I need to also work. And you will be surprised how they will actually get into sync with you if you build a routine. So that's really important, that you have a structure. So after that, you know, there's so much more things. Keep it moving. As I said, do not keep them inside and don't work out with them or do something. Like I said with me, I'm going to be working out. I'm going to do something. So if I had kids in here, we would be working out. So any kind of stuff like the yoga help them to relax. You know, especially I was talking to Shari today about deep breathing. Breathing exercises to keep you from being anxious is really important. So many of our young people are anxious. Just breathing to help you to reset the brain is a fantastic thing. You know, getting things done. So if you want to incorporate chores into your daily routine, now you can factor that in. So if you do chores twice a week, once a week, I don't know, you can say, okay, right, we're not going to forget this because we're at home all the time. We're still going to have a structure. And that will also help them. When they accomplish things, praise them. When you get work done, thank you guys, you were really good. I got this work done. When they finish their work, you guys were awesome. I know it's not the usual conditions. You're doing well. Homeschooling works. So if you guys put it down and get it together right, you can do this. I know it sounds crazy right now, but you guys can do it. Also, give each other space. You're going to be cramped up in your houses. Unless your house is like 6 bedroom and you got 2 kids so they can run down the hall and when they shout, you don't hear them. You need to give yourself space. So there's times when you just say, hey, you guys go hang out in your room, do you, and you be in your room, do you. You need space. If you're cramped up on each other all the time, somebody's going to get thrown out the window. You need to just like give your sign, and remember, parents, this is not the norm for you either. It's not the norm for them, but it's not the norm for you. So let's not pretend and like, yeah, no, I got this. My kids know they're gonna get on your nerves. You know, staying in touch. So stay in touch with family and friends outside. It's really important for your mental state. People need to know that they're not alone, that they're not isolated. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Your kids need to know that they can still keep in touch with their friends, and this is a way forward. Video chat. There's actually video games like online where they're live with their friends that they can play, and I can tell you some tips with that. And then you have learn from the experience. So I'm gonna be real with you. I really do believe that you will be on lock with our families for about 3 months. I mean, that's just be real. The peak of this now in the Western world, so US, UK, Europe, we're not going to start peaking until about May. So we are in March right now. We haven't even done Easter. May's when that peak's going to go, and then it's going to start dropping. We're going to lose a lot more lives, and we're going to have a lot of more people ill. So you've got to really structure your world for the next minimum 3 weeks. It sounds crazy, but you amazing parents out there can do it. Okay, you can. And we as support staff team, you know, teachers, whatever, we can help you. So since, you know, so that's just some of the tips. If you want to know positive structures, I've got a lot of friends, teacher people that want to help you guys. Hook me up for the names. I've got another name here actually. She actually runs a homeschool. Hold on, let me tell you guys the name of her school so I can give her a shout out. And she's been doing this for years, and her children and young people, they excel and do well. So hold on, so her school is called smartacademics.co.uk. So she can also help. Her name is Karen Hamming. She can help you with guys with your actually from pre-K or reception all the way to 12th grade or GCSE. So she's quite good, who you can do. And as I said on Friday, you know, you had Abigail. She's actually a primary elementary school teacher. She's willing to help. I know there's other teachers like Janelle, the science, things like that. There's people out there that can really help you. So just hit me up and I can give you all these people's names. Also, as I said, all of the names for the sites, you know, there's sites that are giving you free books. I'm trying to find it on my phone while I'm talking to you, which is not very good behavior, but just see with me, okay? See with me. So that's for all you parents out there. Now I have a fun topic. Being single. We is single. in the self-isolation time. How do you manage that? Let me help you. Being single at this time is actually not a bad thing. Because could you imagine if you did have a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend and then you don't even like each other? That's even worse to live with. But what I'm saying to you is that I'm going to be real with you. There's a whole load of dysfunction going on in this world. There's a lot of us who have got issues. Well, I'm feeling okay, but some of y'all got issues. There's a lot of brokenness. This is a time for healing. This is a time for self-reflection. This is a time where you can be like, you know what? I've had some situations or some relationships that were negative. Now I can reflect. I can look back and see about that. Like, how did I get myself in that situation? Because you know why? Because right now, you got time to just be chilling and taking it easy and building on yourself. So that means all of the stuff that you said you wanted to do, you can do. You can be writing that book. You can be writing music. You writing songs. You can, do a journal. You can learn to make something artistic. I don't know. If you got a garden, go and garden. I heard that's therapeutic. That's not for me. They got bugs out there. But, stuff like that. This is not the time. And I know it's easier to say than it is to live. But this is not the time to dwell on your singleness. One, the reality is if you're single, you're single. This ain't going to change. And COVID-19 going to highlight your singleness when they say self-isolation. Because you by yourself. But at the end of the day, I don't want you guys to see this as a negative. This is a time for healing. This is a time to build on you. So that when you do step out your door with your steam fish and okra body, come on now, ladies. When you go out your door after COVID-19 is over, guess what you gonna do? You gonna be like, hey, and you gonna be on a level. So when Mr. or Mrs. Right comes to you, you're not now gonna be coming with your suitcase and your grip and a backpack with all the issues. Why? Because in this time, you've been off, get rid of that, off, get rid of that, I don't need that. And you're light, you're free. So you're not coming with the drama and the baggage. You're just chilling. And that's how it's supposed to be. You should be comfortable in your own skin before you worry about somebody looking at it and saying that it looks good. If you don't think you look good, how are you going to expect somebody else to? You got to love you first before somebody else can. Because if you're still seeking for someone's affirmation of you, for someone to tell you how great you are, for somebody to make you feel good, you're going to have a problem. Okay? And especially if you're going to be putting on that COVID-19 self-isolation hibernation. Wait. I'm not going to be doing that though. You're going to be seeing. I'm not going to be doing that. So I just want to put that out there. Being single at this time can be difficult, but it can be overcome if you focus on something else and not your singleness. And for women and men that are in the Lord and are spiritually minded and believe in Jesus, it says in the Bible, Paul says it straight up, when you are married, you don't have as much time to focus on the things of God. But when you are single, you can do all and give to the Lord. And right now, especially in these times, we need to be focusing on Jesus. That's what we need to be focusing on. We need to be focusing on getting ourselves right in the Lord, so that if he does come, don't leave me, Lord. Don't leave me. Take me up. I want to be transformed. Could you imagine? I just go, get my wings and that body comes. Yes. That's why sometimes I don't even worry about the weight. Because I'm like, if I'm going up to heaven, I'm going to be transformed anyway. I don't need to worry. But then I thought, but then maybe if I'm too fabulous like down here, then I might make my wings heavy and take me longer to get up there. I don't know. I'm working on this bit. But yeah, so I don't want you guys to fret about being single right now. If you're single, you got your girlfriends, you got your guys, talk to people. Do not isolate yourself. Even if you talk to people online that you don't know, strangers, but be careful because there's a lot of predators out there right now. So yeah, some people are like, hey, you know, I joined the dating site, blah, 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 whatever. You can do that. You're at home. You got time to talk online. But at the end of the day, be wise, be sensible. Don't be thirsty. Please, ladies, don't be thirsty. You know, and if you just want to have social interaction and chit chat, that's fine. You know, like I said, remember that you got Netflix party, you can watch movies with somebody. You can actually maybe build up a better time of dating and relationships right now than you rushing and meeting somebody and having a physical, because that way you overcloud the actual character and the positives of the person. So this might not be a bad time to be meeting somebody and then just talking and learning about each other. Because really, if you're not going to communicate now, you're not going to communicate when this is over. So this is actually quite positive for you. So guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I appreciate spending this time with you. I am available online. I do want to big up an awesome charity that I have found. It's called Mission Fly-a-Fi. They do lunches of luck. They are feeding children throughout the country. In the States, they're based in Alabama, but they feed all over. They provide healthy food and snacks to underprivileged children in the local schools. Each child will receive a bag of food each Friday to take home for the weekend. And many of these children receive free breakfast and lunch at school, but they may not have adequate amounts of food during the weekend, so we hook them up. So if you want to support this charity, please let me know. I will send you the details. But they're really amazing, and they're working around the clock right now to provide food for children, vulnerable children, who at this time have to be at home, and school was their only place to get food. So I don't know, that's it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm hoping that, you know, you've had some informative information. I'm hoping to hear from you, so hit me up, you know, message me, text me, whatever. I am really appreciative of all of you that have joined this evening. Thank you so much. And I want to say, stay blessed, stay safe, okay? Let's be sensible, people. Let's not be saying, oh, I'm still going to the gym. No, gym in your house. I'm still going to the super. Be wise if you have to go to the supermarket. Go online. Let them do home delivery, or you just do click and collect, where you do the delivery, the online shopping, and all you do is pick it up. But let's be wise, people. Let's try and stop this virus from spreading. Okay? So it was wonderful talking to you and spending time. We will hook up on the weekend once again. But until such time, I want to say